Aphrodite is an ancient Greek goddess, associated with love, beauty, pleasure, passion, and procreation. Those who scorn her worship, she is known as the Unholy One, the Dark One, the Doom of Men, the Killer of the Men. Aphrodite could seduce both gods and men into illicit affairs with her good looks and whispered sweet. Aphrodite is thought to have been born near Paphos, on the island of Cyprus. According to Greek myth, Uranus and Gaia had a son named Cronus. The parents fought and Gaia created a stone sickle, which she gave to Cronus to attack his father. Cronus castrated Uranus, and threw his father's testicles into the sea. They caused the sea to foam, and out of that white foam, rose Aphrodite, the goddess of love and beauty. Aphrodite is consistently portrayed as nubile, infinitely desirable adult, having had no childhood. She is often depicted nude. The story of Aphrodite's marriage is one of the most memorable tales, of the very human exploits, of the gods of the Olympus. Aphrodite was in love with Ares, god of war, but was given in marriage to Hephaestus. The lame smith was a poor match for the goddess of beauty, and the marriage soon had problems. When Aphrodite continued her love affairs with Ares, Hephaestus caught them in the act, and arranged for the entire pantheon to laugh at them. The marriage ended in humiliation, and scorn for the goddess, but there was a happy ending eventually. Hephaestus made a much better match with his second wife, and Aphrodite and Ares were finally able to be together for good. Zeus once became annoyed with Aphrodite for causing deities to fall in love with mortals. So he caused her to fall in love with Anchises, a handsome mortal shepherd, who lived in the foothills beneath Mount Ida, near the city of Troy. When Anchises was tending cattle on Mount Ida, the goddess of love, Aphrodite saw him, and was seized desire. Aphrodite went immediately to her homeland Paphos, in Cyprus, where she put on rich clothes, and decked herself with gold. She returned to Ida, flying among the clouds. Anchises saw her, and known she was a goddess. But Aphrodite denied being a goddess, saying that she was mortal woman, and the daughter of Atreus. In some versions, Aphrodite pretended to be a Phrygian princess, and seduced Anchises for nearly 2 weeks of love-making. After the love-making, when Aphrodite revealed her true identity, Anchises feared the gods would destroy him, for having slept with one of the immortals. But Aphrodite, who herself grieved for having laid in the bed of a mortal man, assured him that he was dear to the gods, and nothing would happen to him. According to other versions, Anchises learned that his lover was a goddess only 9 months later, when she revealed herself, and presented him with the infant Aeneas. Adonis was one of the most handsome of mortals in Greek mythology. He would be loved by Aphrodite and Persephone. Adonis was said to be the son of King Cinyras of Cyprus, born out of an incestuous relationship the king had with his own daughter Mara. Mara has been cursed to fall in love with her father by Aphrodite, after Mara's mother had proclaimed Mara to be superior in look to the goddess Aphrodite. She tricked him into sleeping with her, and she became pregnant. When he found out it was his own daughter, he took up his sword and would have killed Mara, but she fled quickly from the palace. Wishing to be invisible, Mara prayed to the gods, who answered her prayer by turning her into a Mara tree. After 9 months, the Mara tree burst open and Adonis was born. Aphrodite found the baby, and she gave him to Persephone, the wife of Hades, who was the god of the underworld. When the child grew, he became a very beautiful young man. He was named Adonis. Persephone was also taken by Adonis' beauty, and refused to give him back to Aphrodite. The dispute between the two goddesses was settled by Zeus, the king of gods. Adonis was to spend 1/3 of every year with each goddess, and the last third wherever he chose. He chose to spend 2/3 of the year with Aphrodite. Aphrodite generously rewarded those who honored her, but also punished those who disrespected her, often quite brutally. Paris was the third mortal, who was blessed with seeing Aphrodite naked. This happened when he was tasked with judging, who of the three goddesses, Aphrodite, Hera, and Athena was the fairest. Aphrodite promised Paris the most beautiful girl in the world, if he chose her, so naturally he did. Aphrodite made sure that he gets Helen, the Spartan queen, an event which triggered the bloody decade-long Trojan War.